Hello, guys, and welcome to Tech Toffee. Today, we are going to see how to create a simple Spring Boot Java REST API application. To create a new project, go to Gradle. So, we are using Gradle project here. Your SDK should be selected. Give a name, whichever name you want. So, I am here giving as Hello Spring Boot. So basically here we are going to create a simple application with get API. So we are going to return some string from a method, and we are going to see that whether we are able to get it from the RESTful API using a get call. So what we have to do is inside our build.gradle we have to add few plugins and some implementation. So let it build. So Gradle build will automatically start as soon as you will start your IntelliJ. So we'll add in the dependency, we'll add an implementation for org.spring framework boot spring boot starter web, and in the plugins we will add the plugin for spring framework and spring dependency management. Now once the build completes, so these things will be integrated and the folder structure that you see will change and will have a source folder there with Java and test folders also. Now we are changing here the group, so that is the group of our Spring Boot application. So here we are saying the group will be org.techtoffee. So as you can see now the folder structure has changed and we have a source folder. Inside the source folder we have a main folder and a test folder, and inside main folder we have Java and resources folder. So now we will let it to download to import the Gradle build. So basically it is downloading this is IntelliJ downloading the Gradle for its functionality. Meanwhile we will start writing code for our Spring Boot application. So inside Java we will create a new package by the name of org.techtoffee, as our group was org.techtoffee. So inside Java now you can see org.techtoffee. Here we will create a new Java class. Give whatever name you want to give here. I am giving here Hello Spring Boot. So this will be our Spring Boot applications main class. So what we have to do is we have to add an annotation here @Spring Boot application. So once you do that, IntelliJ will automatically import the dependencies. Then we have to create a public static void main, a main method which will actually start our Spring Boot application. So in this case we have to create a Spring application and we have to do run, and we have to tell that our class should run in this case, and we can pass any argument you want. So here we are passing the main methods argument. So this is way that our Spring Boot application is ready. Now we have to create a service class. For that we will create a package called service. So service class will be our REST controller, which will actually contains all the methods. So here we are creating a hello service class. So we'll make it as a REST controller. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create a public API which will return a string. The name of the API will be get message, and it will return us hello techtoffee. Now what we have to do is we have to give it a mapping. So in the URL at what location we should access this. So for that we will use a get mapping here, and I'm specifying here /service/ the function name. So if I want get message, I will do a get message here. So yeah, so here few mistake, we have to do @get mapping here, and this should be a string should be in a double inverted commas. So once this is done, our application is ready with a simple REST API. So we will run our main class and we will let it build. So in the logs you can see that build is going through. So now you can see here it is writing as starting hello Spring Boot on your machine name. So initialization is completed. Now you can see that started Spring Boot message has came. So that means the Spring Boot application is the start now. We can access it by default using localhost colon 8080. So this is the name of the server. Now to access our message, we have to do service/get message, and it will print the get message from that API. So how we can stop our server and then try to hit the URL again. So if we now try to hit it again, so this will say that the server is not reachable because we have turned off the server. Now we can start it again and then test again that whether we are able to get it or not. So Spring Boot server started again on port 8080. So we can see here that we are again able to access our get message API.